Hi and welcome back. If this is your first time here, you just happen to find my channel, my name is Rachel and I blog over at thislovelylittle.farmhouse.com, and I'm so excited to welcome you to our 12 days of Christmas DIY gifts. So my mom and I are doing this together. She blogs and has the YouTube channel at Ramblin' Rose Farmhouse, and so we're super excited to be doing this. So the way it's going to work is I'm going to have 6 do-it-yourself gifts on my channel. Every other day she'll have one on her channel and she'll have 6. So we'll alternate back and forth. And then also, I don't want to forget to tell y'all, don't forget to enter for the drawing that we're going to be doing. We're going to be giving away, not all of the gifts because like not the food ones, but we're going to be giving away these gifts that we're making. We're super excited about that. And the way you enter for the drawing is by sharing these videos. So you can share them on Facebook. We'll have it, post about it. We'll share this on Facebook. We'll share it on Instagram stories. So you can share all those places. And then you can also share directly from YouTube. If you look below the video, there's a little like arrow pointing sideways. That's how you share from YouTube. So each share is 1 entry. So all those things you can do, but the way you get entered, you have to do this. You have to come back to this video and comment below on the video where you shared so that we'll know, like, this is kind of the only way we're going to be able to keep up with it, to be able to enter you to the drawing. So you have to come back and comment on this video and let us know that you shared it and where you shared it at. But we're so excited to do that. It's gonna be so much fun. So today I'm going to be making a crinkle tag toy for a baby. Babies love stuff like that, stuff that makes noise, and for some reason they just love tags. So this is a really fun gift for a baby. My little boy is gonna love it. He's fixing to be a year old and he loves things like that. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. And I'm gonna show you what you're gonna need and then we'll get started. Obviously you're gonna need some fabric. I am using 2 different coordinating fabrics. You can use one fabric. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's for a baby and they're gonna love it no matter what it looks like. High contrast fabric is good, especially for younger babies. It doesn't have to be high contrast, but younger babies especially really like high contrast things. So I have my 2 coordinating fabrics, and then you need something crinkly. Yeah, all that nice crinkle. These bags, these Zapp's chips bags are really crinkly. Also, some that are super crinkly are like the Stacy's pita chips. So just find some like really nice crinkly bags like this to do on the inside of it to make it crinkle. And then you're also gonna need some ribbon, some coordinating ribbon. I have black and yellow to go with mine. And I think it'll be fun. I'm not doing it in this video, but I might make another one later. And I think I'm gonna actually like cut off some tags, real tags, and put on it because babies just love tags. It's something about the tag. So that would be cool too if you wanna get a little creative with it. But that's what you need, and some thread. I'm doing white because it goes with it, and a sewing machine. I mean, technically you could make this by hand too, so don't rule it out if you don't have a sewing machine. But I will link to some in the description box if you don't have one and you really want to get one. I'll link to some different ones that would be really good starter machines and intermediate and stuff like that. So let's get started. Oh, and also one more thing. I will have a free printable gift tag on my blog. So the link to that will be in the description box below. You can go to the blog, download it, print it out for some really cute gift tags for Christmas. The first thing I'm gonna do is cut out my fabric. And since my fabric has these nice stripes and my edge is really straight to begin with, I'm not gonna worry about it being perfect because it's a baby gift. If you are super worried about it being perfect, you can get like one of those acrylic measuring things, measuring rulers to cut it with, or measure it out and mark it, whatever you want to do. But I'm just gonna do it easy and not worry about it being 100, to a T perfect, because it doesn't have to be. So I'm doing this on my folded edge because I'm gonna make 2 of them. So I'm just gonna take my nice crisp folded edge and let me get this other one out from under here. Since this one has these nice lines, I'm going to do it first. So I am just going to fold it up to make a square to one of these lines. And I already measured, so if you want to do it a specific size, this is 8.5 by 8.5. You can do it whatever size you want. I wouldn't do it much bigger than this, just because it is going to get really big. So that's what I'm doing, 8.5 by 8.5. So I'm going to cut it here. So you don't need a lot of fabric. Like I said, this is 8.5. So, you know, when you go to the fabric store, don't get just 8.5 because a lot of times it's crooked and you have to straighten it. But, you know, you could get 10 inches or 12 inches, you know, 1/3 of a yard. So you don't have to get like a ton of fabric. And that gives you enough to make at least 4 if you're doing 2 different fabrics. It would be enough for at least 2 if you were doing the same fabric for the front and the back. Okay, so I'm gonna get my other fabric. Still on the folded edge here, and I'm just gonna lay it on top and cut it the same size. So I have, this is 2 front and backs. I'm gonna cut them apart, and it'll be 2 backs and then 2 fronts. So I'm gonna just take them and cut them on the fold, cut them in half. Now if my fabric didn't have these nice lines on it and wasn't straight, I would have probably used an acrylic ruler with a rotary cutter and a mat, because that is by far the easiest way to cut fabric. It makes it so quick and easy. So I have a front here, a back, and a front, and a back and a front. And now I need to cut my crinkly inside part, excuse me, which is my chip bag. I'm not gonna have enough crinkle for 2. I have more chip bags I'll have to get, but so I'm gonna cut my chip bag open since it's not big enough to do a double layer. Alright, so we got our chip bag open, so I'm just gonna lay this on here and cut it the right size.
Man, this chip bag smells good. That smells good.
Alright, and now I'm going to cut my little ribbon pieces that I have to go as little taggy things sticking out. And as you can see, I got 2 different widths. The black is narrow and the yellow is wider. I think it's fun to change it up. I'm going to do, you know, I'll probably do some tags sticking off a little longer, some a little shorter, just to have some variation.
Can I cut this
No, ma'am.
arrow?
So I'm just gonna kind of gauge about how long I want them to be. And I'll probably try to do maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 per side, but not all the same color. So 5 per side is 20 total. So I'll do some shorter ones. ones.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so here's our 20 little taggies. Okay, so this is a little counterintuitive when you do your inside layer. So you want your two fabric pieces to be right sides together, however you want them to be on the outside, but you want to be right sides together. Okay, line them up. And then you're going to put your crinkly inside layer on the outside, okay? And if you want to pin it, you can pin it. I might stick a couple of pins in just to keep it straight. But the reason you want this crinkly to be on the outside is because you're going to leave a little space to where you can flip your project inside out. I'll show you, don't worry. But when you flip it, it's going to make your crinkly stuff be sandwiched. It's going to then be on the inside. Okay? So that's what you want to do. Just trust me on this one. I know it sounds weird, but that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to stick a few pins in it to keep it nice and straight. And I do love projects like this where you don't have to worry about being so precise because it's a baby toy. Nobody's going to be looking at it under a microscope. And it's just really nice to be able to do something that you don't have to have like high anxiety about getting it perfect. So you can just have fun. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit at my machine and I am just gonna start sewing, and then when I get to a place, I'll stick a little tab in there and sew it in. And when you're sewing your tabs, make sure you get your tabs between your fabric layers. You don't want your tabs to be close to the crinkly layer. You wanna stick your tabs between the fabric layer. When you put them in, you want them to be facing the inside like this, because you're going to want to put them in there like that, lining them up with your fabric like so. Okay, so when you start, you're going to want to backspace to make sure your stitches don't ravel out. And your seam allowance doesn't have to be very wide. I just picked a mark on my presser foot right here. It's probably about 1/4 of an inch. So you don't need a big, huge 1/2 inch seam allowance or anything like that. Just try to keep it pretty consistent. It doesn't have to be perfect, but needle down. Then I'm gonna pick up my presser foot, turn my fabric and everything to go this way. Put my presser foot back down, and then I'm ready to go on this side. And so I'm doing 5 tags on each side. So I got my 5 on that side, and I'm gonna work on my 5 on this side. And I'm gonna start with a little yellow one. And I'm not doing any kind of pattern, I'm just kind of randomly, oh, I'm gonna do this one this time. So again, almost to another corner. I'm gonna stop a 1/4 of an inch before I get to the end, put my needle down, pick my presser foot up, turn, and start again. Okay, this is really important. We're almost to the end. You have to leave a small space in order to flip your project right sides out. So, it can be just even, probably about 3 inches because this is a small project. It's not real bulky, but make sure leave about a 3-inch space, 4-inch space, and backstitch on both on your both ends. So when you get to that where you're gonna stop, backstitch a little bit, and then we're gonna flip it inside out, and then we'll go back and sew that last little bit on the top. Alright, so this is what we have. We've sewn all the way around all 4 sides and left a small space for turning inside out. We're going to go ahead and do that. So you're going to take in between your fabric pieces because you want your fabric to be on the front and the back and your crinkly to be on the inside. So you're going to do just like this, and you're going to flip it. And look how cute. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just going to fold in this edge to match the rest of the toy. It's a little difficult. It would have been better not to do it on the corner. So it might be easier if you leave your space like in the middle instead of on the corner, because the corner of this bag is really hard to get to fold over. Okay. So I got it straight and folded down. I'm gonna put my last ribbon piece in here. Like that. And then I'm gonna sew my opening closed, and I'm just gonna go ahead and top stitch around the whole edge of the toy. Okay? And it looks really nice with your top stitch there. It looks very finished and cute. So you can either leave it like this, or you could do kind of some top stitch across it. You could do squares, you could do X's. I think since it has these cute animals, I might try to go like outline one of them, or outline a few of them, just to keep the layers more together, which, like I said, it totally doesn't matter. You don't have to do that at all. But I might try just because I think it would be cute. So you can either be finished there, or you could do a little bit more. But I think these sticks are so cute. I love the way it came out. And I hope that it inspired you to let go of your perfectionism and just have fun making a cute little toy for a baby, because I promise you, I've never met a 6-month-old that's gonna inspect your seam allowances or make sure all your stitches are perfect. So this is a perfect opportunity to get out your machine and just have fun with it. So thank you for joining today. Be sure and look in the description box for the link to that printable tag. And also, don't forget tomorrow to check out my mom's channel at Ramblin' Rose Farmhouse. I'll put a link to it below as well. And the DIY gift for tomorrow will be on her channel. So thank you so much for joining, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.